A child was mildly injured after accidentally being shot by a police officer at their school. Now, during a visit to the South Vermillion High School in Indiana, a police officer who came to teach children about how to be good law enforcement officials did so by apparently showing people how to not be good law enforcement by shooting one of them. Local news station WTHI TV reports that the shooting had occurred during a visit to the school on Thursday morning, in which the officer, who has been identified as Tim Dispinette, was running a drill with students on how police would handle a purported bad guy. It was at this point that the officer's weapon had accidentally discharged and resulted in the injury of a student who was not severely hurt. According to a statement from the school, the incident was an accidental discharge of a firearm by a law enforcement official during a drill. One student was injured without life-threatening injuries and was taken to the hospital. They're going to ask, why the hell was this cop handling a loaded firearm in the classroom around a bunch of kids? What is wrong with you? What is going on here? Nobody was in danger. Well, I guess the real danger was the police officer. I mean, honestly, could they not bring a plastic firearm or something? Or one of the ones with the orange tips without anything in it? I mean, why did you need to draw your gun at all? Do police in Indiana get, taught basic gun safety? The fact that you should never take out and aim a firearm unless you were prepared to use it? I mean, there's so many failures here that led to this accidental discharge. First, you take it out of the holster, right? That's mistake number one. Now, to be fair, guns can go off in their holster. Probably why you shouldn't have it in the school. Somehow taking the safety off or aiming it at or around a child. I mean, honestly, this is a parade of terrible, piss-poor decisions by this officer. And look, I don't just blame the officer. Again, there was an accident, right? No, I blame both the officer for using terrible judgment, but I also blame the training here. What part of your training made you think that pulling your gun around children is okay? And by the way, this is not an isolated incident. No, this happens a lot. Turns out there's a ton of unintentional shootings in school by either police officers or school resource officers. In fact, I'm going to give you a list here. Pineview Elementary School in Rockwood, Tennessee. In March 13, 2020, a school resource officer had unintentionally discharged his firearm in his office at the school. Thankfully, there were no injuries. Sagemont School in Weston, Florida. On March 5th, 2020, a school security guard unintentionally shot a school maintenance worker in the eye while showing him his gun in the parking lot. Oh, hey, why don't you see this gun? Check it out, man. Real cool. Oh my God, your eye. Oh, I am so sorry. Wow. You might want to get that. I want to go to that. I know, it's not a joke. How can you be that stupid? There's more. Picacho Middle School in Las Cruces, New Mexico. On December 4, 2019, a school resource officer unintentionally discharged his duty-issued handgun in his office. A wall was hit, but no one was injured. Waitman Middle School in Wesley Chapel, Florida, on April 30th, 2019. A school resource officer was leaning against the cafeteria wall when his agency-issued firearm fired around into the wall while still in the officer's holster. No injuries, thank goodness. Horn High School, Mesquite, Texas, in 2019. Mesquite police officer assigned to a high school unintentionally discharged his handgun while inspecting it. No injuries. Jefferson Davis Middle School in Jacksonville, Florida. February 14th, 2019, a false threat led to a brief lockdown at a middle school While investigating the scene, an officer's gun unintentionally discharged. No injuries. North Broward Preparatory School in Coconut Creek, Florida, February 15th, 2018. Sheriff's deputy shot himself in the leg while responding to a false alarm of shots on campus. Westbrook Elementary School in Taylorsville, Utah, September 11th, 2014. A teacher placed a weapon on top of a toilet paper holder, and the gun unintentionally discharged, hitting the toilet and injuring a teacher when fragments of the bullet it basically shattered the toilet and hit her leg. So, look, there's a lot of examples of why guns do not belong in school. They don't belong in schools. Armed police officers, what are we doing? And by the way, that unfortunately, that we continue to put more and more armed police officers and resource officers in these schools because the right wing refuses to do anything to, prevent people from getting weapons and bringing them into the schools. Obviously, it doesn't seem to be working. Uvalde had what? I don't remember how many police officers were sitting outside, hundreds of the school, while children were being massacred inside. Didn't help. Didn't help that they were there. Children were still massacred. And again, you got politicians like Ted Cruz that are saying, oh, we just need to harden the schools. See, we need to harden schools. We need to bring more guns in the schools. And yet this is what happens when you do. So, unfortunately, this is, not an isolated incident, and it's going to continue to happen over and over and over and over again. Because, weak, feckless politicians and very poorly trained police officers.